Good afternoon, everybody. Can I welcome the Lord Lieutenant of Wiltshire and other distinguished guests to the meeting, and for the people in the gallery. I'd just like to say, I haven't find my notes.
A great pleasure to propose Councillor Junab to be the next Mayor of Swindon. Junab and I have known each other for a very long time, and I consider Junab to be a very close friend. Junab is a proud family man. He has 3 wonderful children who are with us at this chamber. You can easily identify Junab's children by their broad smile on their faces. Madam Mayor, Junab is a devout Muslim, and that's where his social and moral values come from. Junab is going to be the first British Bangladeshi and first Asian and Muslim mayor of Swindon and Wiltshire.
Thank you for all your support, and I'm sure it will go from strength to strength beyond me, because all I see is Chief Executive as a guardian through a period of time, actually a customer.
That he has got to the position today, not by accident, but
Been elected to the office of Mayor of the Borough of Swindon, hereby declare that I take office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code as to the conduct which is expected of members of Swindon Borough Council in the performance of my functions in that office.
Go back to the agenda, item 4, return of councillors elected, page 528 of the agenda papers.
I'll move the table, Mr. Mayor. Second, Mr. Mayor.
Can we go to the vote, please? All agree? Mayor's badge of office. So I'll be leaving the dais to give that to the former mayor and the mayoress.
I'm very proud that I'm the first British, Bangladeshi and a Muslim mayor for Swindon and Wiltshire. And my promise and pledge is to bring all our different communities to come together and work better for the betterment of ourselves in education, in health, in housing, every sphere of life. And as I said in my speech, I want to be an enabler and a supporter for all communities and all of Swindon, 225,000 people in Swindon. Because I'm already from my ethnic minority community, from the British Bangladeshi community, I know the indifference and people face intolerance, people face racism, people face, and all those kind of things. As I said, I will be an enabler and supporter to make the community cohesion better. I want to put Swindon on the map to be one of the best places to live, work and play. And we want to have that Swindon has got a rich heritage of history to go with, for people to come to Swindon for visits and for industries and commerce. We have huge companies like Honda, BMW, nationwide headquarters, Intel. So we want to call on more companies to come to Swindon and base their companies in Swindon, because we have a huge workers who are capable to do any work if required. And Swindon has the communications with train lines and motorway links and the A roads. So it's a wonderful opportunity from people from all over the world, especially the British Bangladeshis. If they want to invest in Swindon, I'll be a face to them to help and enable them to come and invest and do business in Swindon, because Swindon is open for business to all over the world, especially with the links with Bangladesh and the Indian subcontinent.
Words about the year ahead. Here's some food for thought as an appetiser for what we hope to receive shortly. May I start by saying, on behalf of the administration, how we wish His Worship the Councillor Ali well in his year as Swindon's first citizen. His election as Mayor is evidence of how Swindon derives strength from its diversity. You are continuing proof, Mr Mayor, that in our borough, those with...
And my family, being the first British, Bangladeshi, Asian and Muslim Councillor and now Mayor of Swindon and Wiltshire. An honour shared not just with Swindon's British Bangladeshis, but the UK and Bangladesh. And I am here not just for the British Bangladeshis, I am here for the residents of Swindon's 225,000 people. So I'm the mayor for all of Swindon. I arrived in this country over 40 years ago, and I still can remember that cold winter's day. Coming out of the arrival terminal of Heathrow Airport, thinking, what have I done to deserve to come to this country? Leaving the warm sunshine of Bangladesh behind. So we initially stayed in Birmingham for a few months before moving to Royal Wootton Bassett for a short spell before settling in Newbury. It wasn't easy growing up in the 70s and the 80s. People of ethnic minorities had many examples of racism and intolerance shown towards them. Initially, this didn't affect me because I didn't speak the language. So I just nodded when I got picked on, bullied, or experienced abusive language because of the color of my skin. Once I started to learn and understand the English language, I felt hurt. Words do hurt more than getting kicked or punched. My break came from the indifference in the form of sports. I was a natural at all sports. Eventually, those early bullies became my best friends through my sporting abilities. Before finishing primary school, I moved back to Royal Wootton Bassett. I experienced the same issues at the comprehensive school, and it was sports, once again, which came to my rescue, breaking down barriers. I actually enjoyed my school time and went on to Swindon College to take my A-levels, and then having been accepted to read economics at university, took a year out. Never went back, but got the degree of University of Life. I had my own restaurant at the age of 18 while I was still studying for my A-levels, and by the age of 21 I had several restaurants. I went back to studying part-time and changed my career path. Now I own an electrical contracting company, and I believe in providing opportunities to young people coming into this industry. Neither I nor my family would have thought in their wildest dreams that one day one of our family members would be mayor of this great town of Swindon. They came to the UK, uneducated, unable to speak the language. This country gave them the opportunity to build a family and live in dignity. And we see today one of their family members become the mayor of this great town. This is a beautiful tribute to the democratic process of this great town and nation of ours. Being involved in local government can take up significant parts of your life and depends much on the support and the forbearance of family. Therefore, I thank my wife, the Mayoress, Rajia, my daughters, Sanjita, Sajida, and my son Umar, for being such an important and loving part of my life. I will ensure that during my year as Mayor, I aim to be an enabler as well as a supporter. I will do everything that is required of me in the role, and whilst recognising that tradition and culture is very important, so too is adding further value.
It is a privilege to be invited to join you I could not have refused. And I'm so proud of this whole family who I've known for so very long. On my fridge at home is a picture, and I don't think Junab believed it until he came to see me. It's what his children drew for me, sitting at my dining table, when Umar, who now is here, was no higher than my knee. So you see how long ago that is. And I treasure that picture. Although Umar gave his father a crew cut in those days on the picture, and spots. It is an absolute delight to be back in Wiltshire. I loved my time here. And the first time I met Junab was when I was branch and regional chairman of the Federation of Small Businesses. And he was interested in absolutely everything we did. And he studied avidly every subject. He's fiercely loyal to the community. So I knew that very long ago. And it's always been a joy to know him, his wife, Wajida, a skilled teacher, may I say, and their children, Sajida, Sanjina, and little Umar, big Umar these days. Actually, I share a birthday with him, so we can't forget each other's birthday celebrations. I've watched these children grow over the years, raised in wonderful ways, focused deeply on the values of education.
And I'm so pleased to be part of you this evening, because as you know, as High Commissioner, one of my important functions is to see that the members of the British Bangladesh community get themselves streamlined, and also be part of the mainstream British society and the British economy and the political life. So today is a happy occasion for me that one of our fellow British Bangladeshi, Mr. Junab has taken oath as the mayor of the Swindon Council. So it's a very pleasing occasion for the High Commission and for myself. And I only wish that he will raise the image of our community living in this area, not only for the British Bangladeshi members, but with all citizens living in this council. And he will make the mark that how our community could contribute to the economic and the political life of these areas. And I would urge and request that he will make the Bangladesh more proud here in these areas and make the economy better and make the connection of the economy of the Swindon of that of Bangladesh. And I wish him all the best, and you are the proud son of
हमारे यहाँ कोई माने ना, यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है। ऐसे हैं चाहे वैसे हैं, अरे जो भी हैं जैसे हैं, तुम पे हम नाज हैं। जाने हमको ये जमाना, चाहो तो हमको आज़माना। यार बात हम जानता, हम इश्क बात दिल वाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से दिया वाले, छूटते उनके तार से दिया वाले, हर चीज़ छीनते हाथ से दिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले।
आँखों की चाबी से तोड़ा दे ताबी से, चुपके से खोले दिल के ताले।
well-filled plate and brimming cup, and freedom from the washing up, we thank you, Lord. As we sit at table and rejoice, in the mercy and goodness of God, may the bonds of friendship be strengthened. May our fellowship be a light in the darkness. And most importantly, may we remember that in opening ourselves to each other, we open ourselves to God. Amen.
Amen.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأحسن لي في ذريتي إني تبت إليك وإني من المسلمين. My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to work righteousness of which you will approve. Also make righteous for me my offspring. Indeed, I have repented to you, and indeed I am of the Muslims. ذهب الظمآن وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. The thirst has gone, the veins are moist, and reward is assured if Allah wills. Ameen.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.